Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? I'm just up here going over a couple of things. I'm not trying to. Let me get my headphones together and talk to my headset. Um, let me go through a couple of my settings real quick. La, 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 la. Okay, I just want to see what's going on here. I'm gonna see if I can share some things so that I can get some people on board if they desire to get it. Okay, so anyway, I was going on some things, but that like I said, I would like for you to share, like my videos, my YouTube videos, whenever you can. I try to talk about a lot of different things. Most of the things that I talk about is basically things that that's dealing with culture or connections, anything like that. If you have any questions or any type of things you would like to discuss, I can basically go out and give you some information. Okay, but a lot of the things that I have is on my business blog site. You can always go to it. It's at typeoftalk.com/Shephard Enterprise. And to review a lot of the things and the substance that I've talked about. But today is a general subject, and the general subject today is basically about culture. Okay. Now, I was talking to some people, and let me know if you can hear me. Okay, so if you can hear me, let me know. Um, Give me some thumbs up, those of you who are out there and can hear me. Okay, because it's very important that you can hear what I'm saying, because I want you all to be able to interact with not only myself, but I want to be able to talk to some people and let people know exactly the direction that we are going. Now, the purpose of this conversation is basically the fact that um, there are people out there are talking about a lot of the things. Okay, people are talking about the things that's going over there in Palestine. People are talking about things that's going over in Israel. People talk about the presidency, Donald Trump, um, the President Biden, things of that nature. And I've also been talking to people that are basically talking about culture. All right, and I have spoken to some people, and like I say again, make sure you share this video content, because there's a lot of different things that I'm going to be talking about, and the things that I talk about, I need a lot of feedback. Okay, so I can share the information. Okay, the first thing I want to address is the thing that everyone is pretty much discussing. It's about the political parties. Okay? People are talking about Donald Trump, Biden, Republican Party, Democratic Party, and things of that nature. Okay, let me tell you something. Number one, there's only one party. Okay, and there's subdivisions of that party, and the subdivision of the party are the parties that you are seeing on the news. Okay, number one, um, people just don't understand the fact that there are so many different things going on. All right, not only in America, but around the world. Okay, there's quite a few people, including myself, have been in the military. I've been exposed to a lot of different cultures, and the cultures that I have been exposed to have nothing to do with what we as Americans, quote unquote, talk about as far as white and black. Okay, number one, there's no such thing as white and black. There's no such thing as racist. There are culturally ignorant and socially incompetent individuals out there. Okay, that is the true terminology of a racist. culturally incompetent and social. I mean, culturally incompetent and socially ignorant. That means that you are culturally and socially impaired. You are not even trying to go out and meet people to find out what is it that they do and what is it about them that's so different than our ideal of who we are. And the same thing with other cultures. Most cultures come from overseas and come in this country, and just to be accepted, they accept the American way based on one view, and it's always going to be a negative view. I have written a book. Okay, it's called To Be Black, and inside of this to black into this book I wrote called To Be Black, and it's basically you can go out on blogspot.com and I have it out there. And what it is that most people of other cultures, it's like you have a bag of apple seeds, right, or seeds, and you take one seed out, right, and you say this seed is bad, all right, and then you throw the seed back into the bag and say all of those seeds are bad. That is basically how they view most African Americans or people in the United States, as far as who we are and how we contribute to our culture. Number one, you have to understand one thing. All right, there are a lot of Europeans in this country. All right, they're not really white, as they call white. Okay, um, they are Northern Africans. So the whole concept of white comes from it comes from Europe, and it was this gentleman called David Home, and you can it's Hume. You can actually go out. I think that's how you spell it. But you can go out on the internet and pretty much find out who this individual is. Um, David Home, he was a gentleman that was basically trying to refute an African man, not of America, but over there in Europe, that's a free man. Okay, and he had already spoken about the Africans. He already spoke about their dominance over the world. He had spoken about everything, and he proven that fact. Okay, David Home, which was that was supposed to be part of a socially elite group of people in Europe, decided that he was going to refute. Now, the gentleman which is in my business blog site. Okay, if you need to know, I can actually give you the link and I can direct you to that. But David Home, his whole thing was the fact that he wanted to prove to everyone that he was better than everyone else. Okay, and the people that around him, since he was a socially elite type of person, he wanted people tend to follow him just like now. Okay, just like nowadays you got people out there, they follow individuals based on one thing. Okay, who they are and their expectations of what they can gain out of their relationship. All right, that's if you can say that to now today. Okay, like I'm give an example like Trump. People say, "Oh, Trump is a racist. Trump is this. Trump is a crook, and this and that." And see, it amazes me when African Americans try to victimize a person, and they live in African American criminal environments, and they will not say nothing, okay, about the criminal activity going on in the community. They will not say no one's name. You know why? Because they're afraid. They're afraid if the average African American in these elements, okay, talked about or spoke up about the criminals in their community like they do Trump, we have it'd be chaos in the African American community. It would be chaos. You know why? They call them persons snitches. But see, Trump is not calling no one a snitch, okay? The problem is that African Americans consistently point their finger at troublemakers, you understand, openly. all right? But then they won't go back in their own community and do the same thing. I'm so like, there's something messed up about that. Okay, it's something very distorted about the ideal that an African American can point at Trump, talk about him openly, okay, about Donald Trump, about what he did wrong and everything like that, but then they cannot point to someone in their community and someone in their neighborhood and do the same damn thing. You got a lot of balls, man. Y'all got a lot of balls, man. To point at a man, all right, you know what I'm saying, that's trying to expose a lot of things going on in this country, but yet the persons in your community that's doing the worst crime and the worst things in your community, you will not openly point at them and accuse them of anything like you do and talk openly about them like you do Trump, man. That's a coward, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a straight up coward, man. That's a straight up coward, you know? And it shames me how many African Americans that talk about Trump openly about all the things he's done out on social media, out on in the public, and do all of the things, talk all this BS about Trump and this crime going on in their city, and they will not point them individuals out and talk about them openly like they do Donald Trump. You know why? Because they know Donald Trump won't do nothing to him. That's a coward, man. That's a straight up coward, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a coward. You got a lot of people out there that are cowards, man. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And I mean by cowards, if you cannot point at the troublemakers in your community that's doing the same thing or probably worse, okay, that Trump is doing, you need to keep your mouth shut. All right, seriously, you need to keep your mouth shut, man. You understand? Because you're exposing yourself. You're making yourself look weak. Okay, you're making yourself look weak, man. Okay, now the other thing, okay, I was talking to some people, right, and I'm going up, right, but my up can be rooted, and they're talking about women, all right, women in the United States, and people in the United States are talking about how there's crime in our communities. Well, you got to understand one thing. The reason why there's crime in our communities is because of some of the fact that, number one, as hard as it felt, okay, there are, and I'm not saying that it's not any great mothers, right? I'm not saying that, okay? Because there are men out there have been raised in who they are based on women that influence their life. I have been the same person, okay? But see, the thing about me, I'm from Detroit, Michigan, all right? And I grew up in a time when they were moving people from Mississippi into Detroit metropolitan areas to work in the automotive industry. Okay, now these individuals come from other communities, all right, move into Detroit to work in our communities from down south, bringing in that ideal. And most of the men, once they came to Detroit, they realized that, you know what, we got more stuff we can do and get away with because somebody that just more things to do. A lot of them country people. This is in like late '60s, okay, and early '70s. You know what? The guys was going to Vietnam during that time, okay. There's a lot of things they weren't able to do in the South. They was able to do in the North, like in Detroit, and they took advantage of the situation that was in Detroit. They came to Detroit. They started, drinking. They left their good old wife from the South that was helping them and taking care of them and everything like that. And they started messing with these city girls, right? Now I'm not saying a lot of the women from the city from here that came into the North, they were most of them were prominent. You understand? Some of them weren't. Some of them were shady. Stuff like that. Um, but a lot of them was good women. Man. They was raised up by good families. Like you were saying, I'm like 62 years of age, man. So a lot of these women were good women, man. They were frisky. They were, fresh and everything like that. And they was, but lots of us hitting. Okay. And another thing that a lot of women during that time would not dress the way they are now. All right. Women nowadays are so disrespectful. You understand? As far as their appearance. And they expect men to look at them and respect them like they're wearing a Sunday dress. It's not going to ever happen. Okay? It's not going to ever happen, man. Okay? The problem is with our children today is that the deception women have about raising a family based on the losers, okay, that were not in their lives. Okay, and they can be called losers because of any different reason. Now, I'm not saying they weren't good men. They can be losers because they was exposed to certain situations in life that caused them to do whatever they did to leave their family. You understand? It could be like, I can't take care of this woman no more, and they left. All right. It can be like, man, this woman won't leave, won't listen to me because she's involved with different type of women in the city. She's talking to these different men. They got money. I'm a hardworking man. I'm a farmer, and these men flashing all this money in their face. So I can control her. She competing against me. She compete. She's like comparing me to these men. They're not Southern men. They city slickers. So the relationship gets very rugged, so he leaves her. All right. And a lot of times you got to understand is that what happens that when a man cannot take care of himself, the first thing he does, he venture out by himself. Man, men been doing that for thousands of years, man. Okay. Men been doing that for thousands of years. Men have always left out on a journey to find out where they can stabilize themselves as a man and then came back to get their wives and their children. But see, a lot of times that women become so weak, all right, what I'm saying? Women become so weak. The fact that they say, well, they get lonely and they stop messing around with another man. Okay. I've seen these do a lot of stuff, man. I was in the military, man. Okay. And we're not talking about like Ray, we talking about Christian women, man. You know what I'm saying? Do a lot of screwed up stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? But they blame men for their misbehavior. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, the Bible states, and I'm not saying verbatim, the Bible states that God gave man dominion over the earth. Okay, so if God gave man dominion over the earth, that means that He put man in charge, right? He put us in charge. Okay, and women can talk about any BS they want to talk about, saying well times change and all this or that. Okay, all right, okay, times did change. Okay, so what about the fact that times change for men too? See, women always think that time only changes in their behalf, man. It don't work that way. Okay, it never worked that way. Time doesn't change for women's behavior, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, men this, man that. Women always blaming stuff on men. Okay, women always blaming stuff on men because they feel that by making an excuse that a man is the problem of their behavior and why they get with this man and why they do this and these different things, once women start thinking like that, start thinking the reason why they do what they do, okay? And those of you just coming on, make sure you share this video because I'm talking about a lot of different things and I would like more people. The more people to get involved, that's why I know to share the video and get other people involved in this topic. And I would like to hear what you have to say about or what you feel about the things I'm talking about. Okay. Now, there's so much going on right now in this country, in these United States of America. And the reason why I say these United States of America, because of the fact that this country is one of the most divided countries on earth. You understand? In the general area, okay, like the United States is very small compared to the rest of the world, right? Now, if you go out and Google the size of America as per, like compared to scale to other countries, you'll find out that America is very small, man. Okay. Now the population may be big, right? Because you understand, the United States bring in a lot of criminals, man. You understand? When I mean criminals, like people they bring. Okay, they not may not be criminals in this country, right? They may not be criminals in this country. United States bring a lot of criminals, man. European criminals, like people say, they're bringing all these Muslims, they're bringing all these Africans. They all man, that's BS, man. Okay, that's BS because they okay. If Europeans come to this country, okay, usually they come here to get away from something, right? I'm talking from other countries, all right, from Europe, but I mean Europe, Russia, and all the other parts of Europe. Okay, Europe is not just England. People say when people start saying, "Well, Europe," the only thing they think about England. England's very small. England's an island, man. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Europe is a continent. England is not a continent. Okay, England is just a country. You know what I'm saying? Out away from the main shore, all right, of Europe, out in the water, just like Newfoundland. You understand? Okay. That is what Europe is. And if you want to give the scale, you can look at it like Japan, right? Japan is out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, right? Europe is not out in the middle, right? It's like offshore of mainland Europe, okay? And when they went to war and they went over and they conquered and it wasn't easy now. Okay, it was not easy. All right, it was not easy for them to conquer. They didn't conquer all Europe. Now, don't think they went over and conquered. They didn't. People say Europe. They think they conquered Russia, Yugoslavia, Germany, Romania. No, they didn't, man. You know what I'm saying? Europe stayed in the proximity of the area that it was controlling. All right, that's what they, Germain. They did not conquer those areas, man. All right, that's BS. They never done it. Okay, you know what I'm saying? The only thing they did was they were the creators of the English language. That's it. Okay, and the English language is actually a Germanic language. All right, it stemmed from a Germanic language. We are actually speaking a version of German. Seriously, we're actually speaking a version of German. So if we're speaking a version of German, we have German ties. Okay, you understand? Germany ran, or the Germanic people during that time, okay, like Bulgarian, all that, they all spoke basically a version of German. There was no such thing in English, number one, right? There was no such thing, all right? English is the newest language on earth, okay? English is the newest language on earth. It's not older than Arabic, you understand? Okay, the Aramaic language, all right? Because of the fact that during those days, people spoke a dialect that they don't even speak today. All right, you understand? So if people are speaking different, different variations of languages, and they come together to come up with an ideal how to communicate with each other, the first persons that's going to come and sit down at the table, the people got money, right? And if you got money, you can influence the whole conversation. There are people on earth, which is probably like 5 families, right, that runs earth. They run earth. They don't use money. They don't have to use money. I'm saying, why do they need money? Okay. It was said that the world top leaders, okay, like the people that run earth, said that 85% of the world population got to go. wiped out because we're not able to, they're not able to feed us, man. Okay? They can't feed us, man. All right? There is nothing they can give us anymore. We are like leeches of the wealthy. Okay? We get on their back and we're sucking everything out of them, man. And they're getting upset because we're not giving anything back, man. Especially as automation get here and AI. Once AI come around and this robotic shit, they're not gonna need us, man. You know, people say, oh, we're afraid that they're gonna take over, they're gonna do the robots, man. You know what? Then stop being worthless. You understand? You know, stop being worthless. Stop using your own brain. Start using your own brain. Start working with other individuals. Communicate with people. You understand? All right. And those of you that's in this chat, make sure you like and share this video so other people can get involved and everything like that. Um, I'm talking about a lot of different things right now, but I'm gonna go off into more specific things later on. I'm just giving a general description of this conversation so that you can talk about something, you can bring up something, in your chat, in our chat, and then um, once you start, talking about different things, and then what we'll go off into other subjects. Okay. Good? Okay. So the main thing is that we as people have to understand that even though the world is divided up as far as socially, tribes, we're all the same people. Okay. Okay. I was talking to this young man. Okay. And this young man was saying, he was talking about, okay, I'm a Muslim. Right? Okay. But I became a Muslim way before I started praying, right? Let me give you a story. I'm drinking coffee, okay? Some good coffee. I'm gonna tell you a story. When I was young, okay, and I want you to like share this video, man, because I think everybody need to hear this, man. This is spiritual awakening that I had that I think everybody should hear. And see, people think I'm just uh, talking, right? But I want you to share this because I'm about to tell you something, okay, that's gonna enlighten your mind and it's gonna blow your mind what I seen. Okay, you understand, as a child. And that's the reason why I got off into Islam. And it wasn't like I got into Islam overnight, okay? But what I experienced, what I've seen, okay, as a child, all right, would open up everything you want to know about reality. If you're a non believer, if you think this or that, you know what I'm saying, what I'm about to describe to you, all right? And I want you to bring as many people as you can, right? Talk to people and explain to them that I'm about to enlighten you about something, all right? A couple of things that are true. You understand? So give me a thumbs up, okay? And most of my conversations based on thumbs up. I'm looking at my thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up, if when you come aboard, so they give me a thumbs up, let me know that you're here, that you're listening, and anything like that. But this whole synopsis of this is when I was a child, okay, and I'm not talking about child like a little 6 year old, okay, I was like something like 9, 10 years old. And I had a brother. He's still my brother's name, Stanley, McKinley Shephard. And he used to take me to this church in Detroit, right? And I didn't know nothing about God. I didn't know nothing about Jesus, devil. I didn't know nothing about none of that stuff, man. Okay. I just was not taught about the spiritual realm or anything, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. Back in the 60s, man, it was something that was boogeyman type shit, right? When I was young, that shit scared kids, man. You know, you didn't talk to kids about stuff like that, about spirits and angels and demons and shit like that. You didn't talk to them about that type of shit, man. They talk more about that shit now, and I think that's the reason why a lot of these kids are where they are right now, right? Because you know, people are scaring kids, man, away from religion. All right, you know, and then people start these young people like saying, "Well, if there's a devil, then I'm the devil." You know what? Number one, you're an idiot. Okay, you're a fucking idiot, man. You know what I'm saying? For even saying that. Okay, the devil, Lucifer, whoever that, he don't like you. He don't like. Every time he see you, any man on earth, woman on earth, child on earth, he sees God. Okay, he doesn't like you. He has nothing in common with you, man. Nothing in common with you, man. He hates you. Okay, you know, he's trying to deceive. He wants you to follow him so that he can take you where he's going. And that's how he's getting back at a God. Okay. Number two, people say, yeah, you got a lot of people out there thinking they actually, well, they this religion, they that religion. Well, whatever situation, it's bullshit. But people say that they praying to this God, these people praying that God, is this God. I said, there's only one God, man. Okay, there's only one God, man. There's not two, three, four, five gods. I'm saying the Quran states, as soon as you bow down, okay, as soon as you bow down, all that go to God, Allah, okay, Allah, Jehovah, you know, whatever you want to call it, he goes to God. The devil gets none of that, okay. Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, you know what I'm saying, he gets none of that. All right. He don't even get the honor. He don't get the fucking like, oh yeah, he don't get none of that. Okay. All that goes straight to God, man. You know what I'm saying? He does not get an initial of nothing. People keep saying they do pray this person, they pray this. You don't pray to nobody but God, man. You can call whatever you want. Because as soon as you get on your knees and say, and the whole dynamic of prayer, okay, go straight to God. It don't go to no one else but God, man. Allah, Jehovah, whoever you call it, you know what I'm saying? It depends on where you are. The Jews call him Jehovah. The Indians call him something else and this and that. The English is the one that's trying to get you to, try to say his name is this and that, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Because he want everybody. They want to, they were trying to separate everybody. Okay, but the thing is, when I was young, I was, like I say, my brother Stanley. you know, he gave me a Bible, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know where I got the Bible from. I was reading the Bible. I don't know what chapter I was reading, whatever city I was reading. I was reading the Bible. And after that, there's some stuff going on in my family. And I put the Bible under my pillow, right? And I laid down. Because I was tired. I was playing all day. And there's a lot of stuff going on in my family life. Like that. And I laid down. And I opened my eyes, right? And I saw it was like a light coming into my room, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, the door was shut. It appeared the door was open when it came through, and I seen a man with two figures, okay, behind him. Okay, I'm gonna say it was a chosen one. I'm not gonna say it was Jesus. I'm gonna say it was Abraham, Esau, anything like that. I'm not saying any of that, okay, because they all, whatever. It could have been a replica of me. It could have been me looking at me. All right, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm gonna get into that part too, right? They stood. They didn't say nothing. He just looked at me with these angels, okay, standing behind him, right? And I looked at myself, and I was just as radiant as the three figures that was standing in my bed. And I was clothed in white. And I looked at my hands, and they were radiant. I had been made holy. Okay. And it didn't say that. I looked at him, I looked him in his eyes, he looked at me. And I don't know what transpired after that, but that's the only thing I remember. But after that, I started having various visions and dreams that came true. Okay. Now, even though after that point in my life, I've done a lot of different things in my life, because I was involved in a lot of different criminal things like that. But God, Allah, protected me. Okay. He washed over me. I believe that. He washed over me. Okay. So if that's the case, and I went overseas, okay, because a lot of stuff happened, in my life, man. Okay. A lot of things happen in my life. And the thing is that I'm here, man. Okay. I'm here, man. A lot of people not here, man. Okay. They grew up with me. All right. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are, but they had some traumatic experiences in their life, man. I had some traumatic experience in my life, you know what I'm saying? But they weren't compared to the ones that I was with. Not in Detroit, not on Dexter, you know what I'm saying? Not in that region, and I'm not talking about anything else because I'm not in that conversation right there. I'm talking about belief. I'm talking about culture. All right. There's a lot of things going on, man. So you have to decide to yourself, all right, what you want to do and how you want to do it. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Stop listening to liars. All right. Stop listening to liars. Research your own truth. Okay. If you hear something, Google it, research it, write it down, find out what they are saying and whether or not it's true or not. Okay. There's more on a social level, on a human level, there's more than one truth. Okay. There's more than one truth. All right. You need to find that truth out. If you don't find that truth out, you're being misled. Okay. Okay. So I'm about to get ready to go. Peace. Go ahead and share this video. Talk to other people. I'm gonna make another video later on. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what people want to hear, what people want to see. Share the video. Talk to other people. Let people know what's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? What you want to talk about. Number one, I'm not gonna talk about BS. All right, you know what I'm saying? I'll be trying to have intellectual conversations with people. If you're not talking about anything intellectual, then of course you're not going to click. You looking at booty popping on this like that. Pass this video on to people who are on an intellectual level, who is more historians, so that who just like, I just want to make this money. He ain't talking about making this money on this stuff, man. Then it's not for you. My conversation is not for you. Okay, I'm not looking for millions of viewers. Okay, you know, I'm not looking for millions of viewers, man. If a person want to contribute to my cause, to my business cause, or that, then that's good. But if you look for truth, these are the type of conversations I'm having. Plain and simple. If you need information, go out to my business blog site with the Shepherd family. A type of talk /Shepherd family. Go to my business blog site. Look at the area that I post this video and different videos I have, and then you comment on it. All right. And then once I get all the information I need, and then what I'll do, I will come up with some type of ideal, okay, and gather enough information so we can talk about it. Okay. All right. So thank you very much for attending and listening what I have to say. And those of you that came aboard, thank you very much. Peace.